Hello friends and subscribers, welcome back to Daniel's Tech World. This is my little corner of YouTube where I post my technical videos. Currently I'm doing a little bit of decluttering and cleaning in my home office, and I came across my very first YouTube microphone for doing voiceovers and stuff of that nature, which I picked up in 2020, and I thought I would do a little sound comparison between it, which you're listening to currently, and the Samson Q2U, which is just a microphone that so many people, including me, are raving about. I think it's a terrific microphone if you're not quite ready to spend the money on stuff like the Shure podcasting or streaming mics. So this is the Maono AU-902 cardioid condenser podcast mic, and I picked it up for $49.99. I think it's not really on the market so much anymore, although that's probably geography dependent. This is from a company called Maono, and they're like kind of one of these basic Asian companies doing basic gear. Basically, there's nothing wrong with a lot of their products. I think I've owned a few lav mics from them and stuff like that at the beginning of my video journey. And they are sort of a popular brand for people looking for budget or, you know, entry level stuff. So this is a podcast mic, which is intended for, you know, streaming, YouTube, that kind of thing. So I think that's why I'm comparing it to the Samson Q2U, although that's a dynamic mic, and that's a little bit more expensive. So this is the Maono AU-902. I'm connected to my computer over USB Type-C, and I'll just read the first paragraph of A Tale of Two Cities, as I always do with my mic comparisons. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, it was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity, it was the season of light, it was the season of darkness, it was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going to heaven, we were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on it being received for good or for evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. Alright, that was this microphone. Now let's go over to the Samson Q2U. Okay, so this is the Samson Q2U now. I've swapped over to it and I'm connected again directly to the computer with USB. So I'm just using the levels that my operating system has kind of picked up from the drivers as the right levels for my setup, although I'm probably addressing this a little bit closer than I was addressing the Maono. In any event, this is connected via USB mini, which is the interesting connectivity that this microphone has. Micro and USB Type-C are both a lot more popular, but I have accumulated quite the collection of audio cables over the course of being into this stuff. So this is a little bit more expensive than the Maono microphone we just heard, coming in at about, I paid £90 sterling from Amazon UK when I bought this about a year ago, although I got a little sort of mic stand with it as well as a couple of accessories, so maybe just a microphone might be a little bit cheaper, but it's kind of around $100, let's say thereabouts in US, whereas the previous microphone was 50 US. So let me also do the Tale of Two Cities reading, and that will conclude this head-to-head between the two microphones. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity, it was the season of light, it was the season of darkness, it was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us, we were all going direct to heaven, we were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on its being received for good or for evil in the superlative degree of comparison only.